A commenter on these videos recently reached out to me and asked for me to make a Karambit. Unrelated, it also happened to be my brother, and it also happened to be the only person that has ever commented. So, God bless you, Noah. Uh, of course, I'll make you a knife. You are the cornerstone of this entire channel. But when I asked him what he wanted, he sent me this. It is beyond hideous. I don't even know where do you even grab it? Everything on it looks sharp and uncomfortable, and it's going to hurt you. I think it'll be a pretty cool build, just like the weird angles in it, the little pitting up at the top and whatnot, but it'll be fun. And why not try it? Because as I always remind myself, it's not really the knives that I get excited about, it's more so the experience of making them and the challenges that come with it. So let's see. So even though this knife is very weird looking, we're still going to start exactly how I start all of my knives, which is just drawing it out, making sure that you have the piece of metal that you're going to be putting it on is on the back so that you know that everything fits in there. And I'm just going to draw it out as best as I can from the pictures and everything and cut it out of this tracing paper. So once we do that, we're going to glue it down on I'm using a saw blade for this. I figured it's the perfect shape for it. And then I'm actually going to paint it. Just to make sure as you're grinding that glue is going to heat up and the paper is actually going to come off in a lot of spots. So having it painted just kind of helps. You know, any clean areas you're not supposed to cut and any black areas are supposed to be removed. This angle grinder was okay at getting the big parts and kind of wherever I could, but this Dremel tool was an absolute beast. This thing cut through everything. Um, I love my Dremel tool. I use it a lot for stuff. I never used the cutoff wheel. It had absolutely no problem like doing this circular shape and cutting everything out. It was pretty crazy. And where you're going to use and abuse this Dremel tool. This little grinding, I don't even know what it is, grinding wheel, does an awesome job. I hand filed the teeth. I don't know why I had to show you that, probably because I don't know how to edit. And then there we go, we're grinding out the middle. This is where your hand's gonna go. I got it kind of traced, I walked away. And then the Dremel tool here, I'm using it's like a carbide cutter. This thing is awesome. They are not cheap. I have broken them before, don't know how, and I've also had them shoot out of the machine like a bullet. Um, Very cool, very dangerous, risk reward sort of thing, but I absolutely love them. And so far, this is how it looks. Fits perfect. As you can tell, my hand's very comfortable in there. And yeah, it looks nice and safe. So now we're going to kind of make those holes a little bit bigger in the back of it where it's got like the pitting and the weathering on it. More carbide cutter, and then I'm going to use the surface conditioning belt on my belt sander. It comes out all nice and shiny. Wow. And then I'm gonna grind the edges on it. It's kind of hard to tell. All the edges are on the outside, which is kind of cool. So when you grab it, you have a blade pointing directly into your wrist, which is nice and comfortable. So we're gonna grind everything up and get it all ready. I'm going to do some more flattening it just because this saw blade was kind of used and abused. It had a lot of marks in it. I'm going to try to hand sand, but it is such a weird shape, so I'm just going to kind of focus on getting sort of the big grooves in it kind of out and hollowing those out, flattening them. But this thing, it doesn't fit in anything. Trying to grind it on the belt sander, ended up snapping one belt that came around and smacked me right on the top of my bald head. And then now it's all cleaned up, we are going to gun blue it to kind of give it that cool color. I was hoping I could get away with one coat and still kind of have it like metallic blue, but I don't read the directions on this stuff. I just put it on how it makes sense to me, and it came out kind of spotty. Overall, it did stick onto it and do a good job, but I'm going to use a wire brush to kind of rough it up, and we're going to do about 4 or 5 coats on this, and that's what you have at the end. So it actually came out really cool. It was a lot of fun to make it. I used a lot of tools that I don't normally use, which was also kind of nice. Getting better at using those and just realizing like, oh, this is what I bought this for when I was like, 18, and I didn't know why I bought it now, because I'm so old now. But anyways, that is the knife build. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave a comment if you want something else built next time. Thank you. Bye. My brother recently approached me. Oh my god, that sounds so weird.